I know you have.
It's going bugs, go, no. Like, honestly, what is that? The other thing I do when I'm writing some of this country music is often I watch documentaries about Appalachia to learn about the lifestyle and the language. Like, they've got this extraordinary accent and way of communication that I think sounds quite nice, actually. When I'm writing country music, I like to nick a lot of their phrases. But obviously, if you're English, it's difficult to know them unless you go ahead and find the correct terminology for a lot of these things, which you'd never have a clue about otherwise. Anyway, I thought we could watch this one together.
Wood out in the yard. Instead of saying carry it in the house, you'd say tote it in the house. Like you had something that you wanted to put in a paper bag, you put in a paper poke, instead of a paper bag. Well, the way people talk around here, I guess it'd be more like you call hillbilly style or something, I guess. I don't know.
I know who that is. I know that is Popcorn Sutton, because he's famous for the moonshine.
Mountain talk.
Most of your local people have your mountain talk. That's the way you can tell the mountain people from your outsiders, by their language they use. Say, I see you over yonder. It means I'll see like in Waynesville. It's a mountain talk.
Never nothing stops. It's like singing, We're kind of like we're singing. Lita said we're singing, not talking,
Yeah, I like my moped. Somebody said one day, did you get locked in the head? I said, well, if I do, I'll get locked.
I probably understood about 60% of that.
99% of it. If I didn't leave here, I'd move, wouldn't you?
Where you want to go on vacation? If I was going to go on a vacation, I'd just stay around here. One of mine is all the time, isn't it?
We are 20 years behind the whole country. But I would swap places with nobody. I feel much more comfortable here being 20 years behind everybody than I would be sitting in a lot of places and being so miserable. You don't like your neighbor. You don't speak to your neighbor. You're bitter with the world. Atlanta's a good example. Or Raleigh. You drive down the street and everybody's wide open blowing their horns and don't know nobody, don't want to know nobody, and don't care about nobody. It's quite a bit different up there.
Well, I lived in Washington, D.C. about 4.5 years. And I just seemed to be in hell with my back broke. Just live there.
Something about the back broke or something.
Expressions in mountain speech are unfamiliar to outsiders. Irish settlers brought much of the vocabulary from Europe, but many new words and expressions were invented here by their descendants.
It's just somebody coming up with a strange word is what it means. I mean, let's say you're trying to get something done, you're building something, and you take a look at it, like the word Saigaga. You're looking at it, it's all out of line, and you just might come up with the word Saigaga. I do that myself. Can't think of anything right off, but I come up with a lot of new words myself. And so you get somebody standing around to hear that, okay, it's Saigaga.
Say a carpenter has done a real poor job, and then you say, that's all Saigaga, they didn't have his walls straight, or...
There's not like look, it's something like they say, that thing's Saigaga.
Mate, that guy there, right, I'm not kidding, I thought he was a spoof. Was that his real voice? Of course it was, but that was ever so strong, that guy there. Listen to this geezer in a minute. What is that?
I want you to look, say, what is it? If you're building some kind of... He said, that's Saigaga right yonder. He said, that old road's going up there. He said, that thing's Saigaga.
My grandmother, she's always talking about people being stout, or gained. She used words like peckerwood. If there's somebody she didn't like, she'd call him a peckerwood. If there's somebody she didn't know, but he's probably all right. She didn't have any animosity for for him, she'd say, he is a Jasper. There's this Jasper come by here this morning. I knocked on the door, But if it...
Jasper. I might start using that one for, like, what does he mean? Like a stranger that was half decent, like a polite stranger or whatever. Is that what he means by Jasper?
There's a salesman. There's this peckerwood out there on the porch.
It's like people used to know, like, you go in the store and say, put it.
I ain't going to tell you what peckerwood sounds like where I come from, but I might start using Jasper. Let's see what this fella says here.
The bag. Old people say you put it in both.
That's a bag. I used to go to the store, walk 2 miles to the store, and when I was a kid, I'd carry a 25-pound poke of flour. That's flour, by the way, not flour.
And me and my 2 sisters, 1 brother, we'd be waiting on them at the house to get our candy. Saul, the older man I was talking about, had a little poke.
See this geezer here, yeah? I want to sit on a porch with him, yonder, and I'll drink some moonshine until we are goggling. He's a good old fella, isn't he, this one, if you can understand all of it.
Poke of candy. He said, well, I forgot to get anything. Boy, it's cream. Oh, here it is.
Plum. When I was going, plum this and plum that. Plum over there. Well, he was just plumb wore out.
That copper mine, that vein,
What?
they tunneled under the ground.
Cock and mine that vein. What did he say? I didn't get that one.
The wind was blowing. You know, a lot of air. They would say it's very Irish outside.
Irish, it means it's a little bit chilly.
It means it's Irish, that means it's chilly today. It's Irish today right now as we speak. The air is blowing breezy.
They go store buy a coat.
It's this geezer here, I tell you what.
I don't know if you ever heard anybody say that or not.
He's got a proper thick accent, that guy there, isn't he?
And it was called, they had knee-high, they had Pepsi-Cola, Royal Crown Cola. A lot of that was dope.
Oh, a dope. You're talking about like a soda pop. Soda water, yeah. Yeah, soda water, yeah, dope.
That's all they ever call them around here as a kid. I mean,
Now, if you go up toward Ernestine's place up there, stop along there about where you turn up to Tony's there in them pine patch, right, and along with that log house, you probably see a boomer right there.
A lady come from, she said, oh, I said, that's a pretty boomer. She said, a boomer? What's a boomer?
You know what a boomer is, don't you? You ever see one?
What's a boomer?
they make a lot of chat noises. They're about the size of a wharf rat.
A wharf rat? Oh.
Yeah, wharf rat. Big old rat.
A boomer is like a little squirrel. It's not a squirrel.
It's a mix between a gray squirrel and a chipmunk.
Boomer.
Can you eat them?
Honestly, I love the way these people talk. I think I might move near them, you know, so I can chat to them.
We always called it boomer.
Say it's no skull. I mean, that's old.
Especially this geezer here. Honestly, I can't even understand him.
I know you have.
He's got bugs, go, no, like, honestly. What? Oh, what a mullet. Look at his mullet. Look at that. Look at the barnet on him. Quality.
That's what happened with
They didn't know they found such educated folks, did they?
Instead of saying yonder, over yonder, it's over yonder. Do you ever hear that word, over yonder?
Yeah, I say, well, over yonder, yeah. Their mama used to.
Me and him should go fishing, I reckon.
Say gander, say put it.
Have a chat. Chew some tobacco.
They all know me.
This geezer here, honestly, he's the one.
Him riding in Harley Davidson. They think it's a Harley.
It reminds me of one of those cartoons from years ago. That was brilliant, that. Thank you very much for that. Appalachian English. Loved it. That was brilliant, that. I really like the way these people talk. What did you think of that, people?